Hello guys, Romulo Barral here. The first Coffee Then Porrada in English. I'm here with my great friend Isaac. Isaac, new challenge. We're gonna film in English. Let's do it.
That's what's up, Sensei. I'm so happy to be here. First episode in English. I hope you guys like it.
Isaac, what is the topic today?
Today we're gonna talk about the importance and the meaning of grit, which
Alright.
is a good thing, deep thing, and I'm pretty sure you guys gonna be blessed by that.
You know, like a grit, it's one of my favorite words in English. Since I heard that, it was one of my strength conditioning coach. He told me, we were working out for quite a few months. This is back in 2010. And then, he looked at me and he's like, man, I have never seen someone with that amount of grit for something so small. He was talking about jiu-jitsu, jiu-jitsu, was not as big as today. And then, he was always having a conversation with me and then asking me like, oh, what jiu-jitsu, what they going to take you? What do you win when I get one more world title, stuff like that. And I was explaining him, and then he's like, man, you have so much grit for something very small, for basically a medal, and then I'm like, what does grit mean? And then he was explaining me to me. And then, man, after that, this would stick in my head. And then I kind of begin to understand the meaning of it. And then I took this with me. And then I begin to watch people, everywhere that I go, workout, training, teaching, I look for the people that have most of grit. It's like, a little bit about what is grit so I can talk about their world with people.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that your coach, he realized that you're not you don't just have grit. I'm pretty sure he realized you having your DNA. It was not just about the metal. Is your nature. I realized that grit is a virtue. It's not just a moment. It's not just a thing that. It's not just a vibe. Like, oh, I'm doing this, and then grit shows up. You show some grit. No, my time with you and most of the things we talk about, I realized that a person who has grit is on their DNA. Is a combination of things. It's a virtue, and I see that in your life. Since in everything you do, we are 100%, and that's what's up. That's what we mean. That's why we're here.
Yeah, that's why I like to have the conversation with Isaac, because he bring the things and then make the conversation very easy. And then I think you're right. I don't think grit can be taught.
Mm-hmm.
I think you actually have to born with that, you have to have something deep inside you, because grit is a strong word, you need perseverance, you need desire, you need hard work, you need discipline, you need all of this combined together. And then when I say grit, I look and then I look on the people around, people that's working, people that's training, and then you can clearly see those peoples and then identify them.
Mm-hmm.
People that have, a grit or have more grit than the other ones. I got involved with coaching jiu-jitsu for a long time, and then always you're going to bring the jiu-jitsu topic here, right? And then the athlete's life, and then that actually, define you as a person outside of the competition as well. And then the grit, it's something that you putting so many people together. It can be hundreds of people. Let's say a training room,
Mm-hmm.
kids or adults. And then they have all these people together, and then you can nearly point the person that have more grit or the person that actually have grit. On those days, everybody trains hard, for example, everybody do condition, everybody work with the mental coach, but was a difference 1%.
Yeah.
Those ones that born with the grit.
Yeah,
And then you can see that clear.
I like to hear a lot of military stuff, podcasts, and in our days we can find a lot of information. And sometimes I'm listening to guys that they were SEALs, Team 6, especially even the Brazilian ones, the Command, they're some crazy soldiers, and they say oh, we have the special force training for the Brazilian army and stuff, the SEALs or SEALs in Brazil, and then they're you get some big guys, tough guys, or like some black belts in different martial arts, or guys that they can shoot well, and then you have that guy, like that skinny, shy guy, and that's the one who is gonna get it, because you know the symbol is like a skull. I'm using like an image, like they have the symbol is like a skull with a knife in the like killing death. That's what it means. But they say the people that make it, like let's say they have like 200 students and they get like two in the final, two make it to the special team, and they're like, you don't come here and learn, you born here, you just come here and you get your school, like you born with that. It's just like grit. It's just like you're saying. I like one quote from the Bible, and then it says like, you never light up a candle to put under your bed. You light up a candle so everyone can see that it's shining. And that's what grit is. You just say, Sensei, like you have 200 students in maybe a seminar or in the class. I'm pretty sure you have your eagle eyes, you know, you're sharp with your vision. You can point like this person has grit, that person has grit. And I want to hear from you, like, what is a moment that we can say like grit save you? Let's say like you got into that moment, like let's say you won a contest, and then you're like, oh my God, like all the effort that I put, like you just realized, you can bring that any moment for us right now?
You know, like, I believe to accomplish big things in life, you need grit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you do not have the grit, you're just going to be like everybody else, you know, like you talk about the candle that light up the stuff, you know, and then those persons, they actually shine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I have many examples that I can give. Let's say, for example, my great friend that he has actually been here on the podcast, Fabrício Verdun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, everywhere that guy walks, the energy on the place changes. You know what I mean? He walks on the place, you know, like it's basically, that's a light on him all the time that never stop to shine. You know what I mean? Like, so for me, like in points of my life that the grit, you know, like pave my way, I believe it's like when I face big adversaries.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like when things going too smooth, you in your comfort zone. You know, that's a quote that I have a long time ago. And then if you're in a comfort zone, you're not accomplishing big things. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? When you're uncomfortable, you know, like when you need grit, that's when you actually going to accomplish something big. And then to actually remember some time of my life that I actually need grit, I think it's, you know, like back in the day when I was here in America, and then, you know, I was working, I have my gym, I have a partner, you know, and then all of said, I'm not going to get in details, I lost everything. You know, like I was in a competition awards, I blew my knee, you know, tore my ACL, you know, like on the final of my weight, I was in my prime, way to win double gold. I lost my final of my weight class. I could not fight on the absolute. I got double silver. Like 1 week after the tournament, I lost everything. I have no place to live. I have no place to teach. And then I have a knee surgery, you know. So like, but, you know, like there is not one time that got to my mind to give up. You know what I mean? I kind of like, Janaína was actually just moved here to United States, you know, like she was just getting here. So like, and then she was with me, and then I told her, you know, I said, look, and then Janaína is the one that have a lot of grit as well. And I told her, so maybe you go back to Brazil. And then, you know, like, I kind of like, I bring the things back and then you come back. She's like, no, you know, like if I need to live, whatever, if I need to live on the streets, and then we do that together, I'll do that. I think that's one of point of my life that grit on both of us pave our way to get where we are today. Mm-hmm. You know, like everything was smooth. Everything was going to a place that, oh, everything's so nice. I'm about to win another awards, probably win, you know, I was very confident that I'm going to win double gold. You know, like my academy was doing well. Maybe open another academy. You know, like I'm already thinking about buy a house, you know, like, and then boom, nothing. Injury, no title, no house, no job, nothing. And then a wife that just moved to Brazil. Left all her life back there. She has a good job. She made good money. And then we have to restart. Yeah. Without grit, we both of us would quit. Both of us probably split and then not even be together nowadays. You know, like that's what grit. Come in and then show who you are. And then, okay, so we have a difficult. We're going to overcome that. and we're gonna make bigger things. Because we went through that difficult, like without even thinking about to give up. There's not one time that go to my mind to give up. In my mind is like, you know what? I restart and I'll make it better. You know what I mean? And then that's what we did. After that, I opened my own academy. You know what I mean? Like a couple years later, I have my house. Like very small, short time, I have my first daughter. You know what I mean? And then I have more tires, 80cc tires. I begin just to accomplish more things. So that is not time frame for anything. Like sometimes people is like, like I always say that, like, I want to, I'm going to study 6 more months for this job. If I don't pass, like I'm going to do something else. You won't pass. Or I'm going to train 6 more months and then I'm going to do my best to try to win the awards. You won't win. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm going to try 6 more months to make my marriage work. It won't work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to try to work like a little bit more to make more money to buy my house. It won't work. Grit is no time. You don't put a time frame. It's a lifetime perseverance. I'm going to win the awards.
There's not even trying. That doesn't exist when you're on grit.
The try award, it means you won't do it. As you put like, I'm going to do this, and then you put a time frame on it to accomplish something, that means fail. I guarantee you that. I don't need to go and then study and then search on Google. It's just like simple things in life. As you put a time frame of work, of dedication, of discipline, I'm going to do a diet here for like 6 months. Diet is not like a 6 months. It's a lifestyle.
There's no gap.
There's no gap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a great friend of mine, like he always, like when they talk about me, like, like, and then I think this is part of grit, and I think he is like this, my friend from Angola, Silvão, like a huge mentor for me. And he's always, when he has a conversation with, like Servinho, and then they message me later, it's like, with this guy, that is not like if. It is or it is. You know what I mean? And then that's my belief of grit. That's, I believe, like how you use grit in some type of a life to overcome, but understand that having a grit, it's not like it's not a trend. It's not like for one day. It's not for one thing. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, you get possessed by grit. Is your nature. But you just drop a really treasure right here, because the person, like, you might be listening to us and then you think like grit is a mindset or it's just a vibe or it's something that gets you excited. It's not about that, because there's many times I'm pretty sure you feel like discouraged, you feel like disappointed, but the grit is there pushing you. But the secret is that I just pick it up right now, is that when grit gets combined, because you just mentioned people, and it's not ordinary people. These people, they have grit. I know Janaína, like I work with her. I know she has a lot of grit. I heard a lot about Silvão. I know Servinho and other friends that you always mentioning, people that we see around us. And you don't walk with losers. And there's no way we're going to walk with you and be a loser, because grit is like people, like when we combine, when people are aligning the same purpose. If you walk with people that has grit, it's just going to push you forward. I remember when... I might even get a little bit emotional right now, but I remember when I started working at the gym, I was going through a lot. I had so many struggles, like financially. I had, even with the car, when things are going wrong, like your life just turned upside down. And I remember going to the gym to work, and like over there, we have a law. We give 100% on everything, and that's what everyday porrada means. And I have that right down in my face, 100% on everything. I don't care. And then, I remember that I was having a lot of issues, like taking the bus, not because of the bus, but because like you have to change your whole schedule. You know how it is here in California. It's tough, to when you don't have the car, you have to make time for things and whatever. And I was getting discouraged for a bit. But I remember that you share a story that you used to go like give a private class to an actor, and you used to go on a bike. and you show up in the bike, and you know, in Brazil, rich people don't live in the hills. Only here, viu? Rich people in Brazil, they don't live in the hills. This is only here. And you were there like with the bike, you used to go all the way to the top to teach the class, and even the actor told you, how did you got here? And then you had your bike, and I was like, man, if my boss, my sensei, like go through a lot, why I'm gonna let it down, you know, like why I'm gonna give up? I have to, if I put in my mind, literally, I told myself, I look at me, I told me like, man, if I have to get out of my house like 1 hour earlier, 2 hours early, and get a bus, like sometimes, you know, there's a lot of crazy people in the streets, like, man, I don't care. I made all the way from Brazil here. I'm work with people that has a lot of grit, and I cannot give up. I cannot like let me down. I had to get the grit from them. I had to connect with that, and that pushed me forward for many things, you know, like I'm talking something that time flies, and this was like 3 years ago maybe, and what I have accomplished now in my personal life, I can't say like, oh man, this was great, you know, and that's contagious. That's the importance of have people like that has grit around you, you know. Our team, I can tell about our team, and your spouse, you know, you guys, like, we admire you guys a lot, and that's important. Grit, you have to walk with people that has grit, because people is gonna try to put you down and discourage you, but if you walk with people that has grit, man, you're going to another level. And thank you, Sensei, because you mentioned people, and these people, they are not ordinary people. They're people that has a lot of grit in their DNA.
No, definitely 100%. You know, I love that story, you know, because, you know, like you're more than right. You know, like there's a couple things that you say there. Unfortunately, your Coffee Then Porrada is so short, but I'm going to go over some stuff that you mentioned. Number one, the people that walk, right? So, like for me, you know, like in my life, people will drop. People would live on their own desire. You know what I mean? Because it's the nature. You know what I mean? Like if the person doesn't have grit, if the person is lazy, if the person is you know, like it's ordinary. So those people, they'll live on their own. And then it's funny because in my life now, I always see those people reconnect. The people that I say, I'm not going to call people losers, but weak, no grit. Some people that has been with me before, and then kind of like they begin to gather together. And then I change my cycle. I go look for people, or if they have bigger grit than me, or the same. I will not relate myself with lazy people. I will not relate myself with people that find excuse. I will not relate myself with people that try the easy path.
Yeah.
You know, I can bring my 8 years old daughter here, and then I can ask her on this camera here, you want the easy or the hard path? And she'll tell you, I want the hard path. Because there's nothing in life that is easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then another thing that you mentioned is like, yes, we're going to be discouraged. We're going to be scary. We're going to be like doubt. We're going to have doubts.
In pain.
You're going to be pain. That's, you know, like, I'm not saying that, oh, this guy, yes, of course I have doubt. Of course I thought about quit. Of course I have all this. Of course I have doubt. I have this too. I'm a normal, I'm a human. But guess what? They never bring me thoughts of quitting. They never bring me thoughts of like, let me find the easy way. Or let me try to do something wrong. Let me try to like some magic. That's something that I go on the internet and I see it. You know what I mean? Like, for example, in Brazil, you know, like sometimes I even have friends, they do that. You know, like they promote games, gambling or whatever, or like this, you know, like let's put some money on this person. You know what I mean? There is no way that any company in this world will come to me and pay me to promote something like that.
Yeah.
If I have a friend that do that, no hard feelings, but that's against my my personality. You know, I don't believe on that. You know what I mean? I believe on work. I believe on the person have grit, you know. And then, man, I'm so happy that you shared that because we have many conversations. And then I always very clear. The people that is around me, I want them to succeed. I want them create wings and then fly on their own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then if me and then my team has motivated you to accomplish things, even though that you have to go through the hardships, you know what I mean? That means a lot for me. And then if you are going through hardships if you're trying to make something happen, keep going.
Yes.
Keep moving forward, because there is no other way. There's no coming back. You know what I mean? If you step down, if you don't keep moving forward, the things are just gonna get worse.
Uh-huh.
It's just one way, and then move forward and get through this. Because on the other side, like on the other side, that your thoughts, that's when you're gonna have the results of grit. Like taking the bus. I took bus until I was like 27 years old.
Yeah.
At 30 years old, at 30 years old, I was living in my friends as a favor. You know what I mean? At 31, I have my house. At 31, I have my kid. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
in a very short period of time, I went to, being in a place that I never thought to be on that point of my life, to like 1 and 2 years, being a place that I never thought that would be possible to get in my life.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because the grit kept me going, to not quit. You have a vision, you have a work ethic, you have a grit, and you're gonna keep moving forward. You're gonna get through all of this. Get through of, doubts, get through of like discouragement, get through of critics. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like all I have is people criticize me most of the time. I still have. Everything that I do, everything that I actually try to explain people criticize me. When I was a coach, people criticize me like the training is too hard, but they win.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So like probably I have people criticize me the way that I'm raising my daughters, because I raise on the way to raise kids that have grit, kids that like have work ethic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the weak people would say otherwise. So that's why the cycle has to be small. Lions walk with lions.
That's
Lions
true.
do not walk
Yeah.
with hyenas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's simple as that. You're touching a good point. That's why I like to talk to you. I don't know if Isaac has anything much to say, but our Coffee Then Porrada episode is short, but man, we have stuff to say. Isaac, anything else to say before we wrap this up and then?
Really quick, I have so many, man, I even got chills right now because I can really bring that up in my mind again. I remember so many conversations we had in the office, at the gym. And man, I even like, the thing is not about the bus, guys. It's not about taking the bus. We're talking about like, you have to walk, like it's like 100 outside. It's so hot. And I was like, with a smile on my face, I was taking one bus. I could have took two to make sure the way I was walking with my backpack, and I was happy. I was like, man, I'm gonna get there. And we were like signing up a lot of people at the gym. It was like crazy times. I love it. And that's where grit shows up. And you just heard it from our sensei, like there's no microwave success. You gotta hug the process and have the right people around you. Have the right people around you is a key. And that's what's up. Thank you, sensei.
Thank you. Guys, first one in English. I know people is being asked that.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel. Follow us on social media at Everyday Porrada. And then, we're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep doing stuff like that. I hope you guys enjoy. This is my mentality. Connect with Isaac with his, bring through something that I can speak with you guys. If you don't like, I don't care anyways.
One thing, sensei. Hey, send this to someone that you know that has a lot of grit. Send this video right now. Share with them the link. Let's see which friend you have that has grit, okay? Everyday Porrada, that's what's up.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go, guys. Everyday Porrada, as always. See you guys next time.